Yo, what the fuck is going on, guys? I'm extremely excited right now, bro. This is the beginning of a very beautiful relationship. You guys don't know me, but you will one day. My name is Rodzilla, 30, and I want to start off by saying I'm gonna set the standard very, very simply. You motherfuckers are gonna know how I feel about things, flat out. No, I am not for everyone. No, my takes are not for everybody. So the people who agree with my takes feel free to chime in, and the people who don't feel free to not chime in. So mm-mm-mm. So a little backstory on me right now. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. Moved here after college with my college girlfriend, and lived here together for a little while. Um, stayed I've stayed in finances mainly throughout my entirety of life, being in Charlotte. Um, Not turning this shit into like a job interview, no shit like that, but I'm just kind of building background. I do music and shit. I'm into fashion. Um, but more importantly, I'm ready to do what the fuck I want. Made a mistake tonight. I fucking like that. But I come to y'all today, man, because this is the beginning of a beautiful relationship. Everywhere I go in life, I always find myself talking to people that want to know more, want to hear more, but the area itself is vacant. So, what I want to do is create a world where people can come and chat, chime in, drop some topics, and for the most part, just hash some bitches out. And so, I kind of want to begin this first episode, titled Rodzilla, to really lay out what it is that I see myself as, so you guys can not get offended when things come about. I myself look at life very different from the average person. The average thing just doesn't bother me. The average thing just doesn't really get a reaction out of me. And I say that in the meaning of there's a lot of hot takes that people would take that I don't really care to chime in on, only because you know there's a difference from freedom of thought and influencing someone's thought and making them feel like they had that thought on their own. And I think I just have a very keen understanding of that difference. And so because of that, I talk about more not prevalent topics. From time to time, we'll talk about some serious stuff, but we can keep it real. Ain't that what everybody's saying when they don't keep it real? So, but I want to start off, man, by saying I really don't understand why the world is the way it is today. And hear me good. I understand fully of how we got here. Don't get me wrong. I understand fully how we got here. But what kind of draws me in a bit of a baffle is there's a lot of things going on simultaneously while the universe is expanding that we can interact with. What's happening is like commonalities are beginning to drift from humanity because it's so vast and shit that you can be a part of. It's like for instance, those people that feel alone. Haven't it kind of just seemed like there's been an influx of like depressed ass motherfuckers, or motherfuckers who got mental shit going on. Like, I partially think that's simply because the level of compatibility and relationship level of development within people from both adolescent to young adults to older adults is taking a huge dip because again that's like we have to remember now we were at some point as a race of people in this country, the United States of America. We have to remember that at some point everyone got their media from the same sources or at least the same handful of sources. Everyone had the same set of TV shows that they could watch. Maybe if you were a part of the upper echelon, you had like some international channels you could tap into, and but basically people were watching the same providers, so it was easy to kind of stay on the same page. You might have someone in your class or someone that might have caught an episode or something like that. That whole commodity of exchange is gone now. As a matter of fact, if someone told you right now, "Hey, did you see that TV show last night?" and you'd be like, "Which TV show?" And they're like, "Oh, the one that was playing on public television." You probably look at them like they just stepped out of a fucking time capsule. So when I say this, I don't mean relativity to people in general. I mean relativity to people that occupy the same space as you. What we don't understand is that humans have this innate desire to belong, and a lot of us are soothing that desire to want to belong artificially. But this is the first time in history, from what we are aware of, excuse me, that communication has been this rapid while also not being sanctioned down certain trends. Like, like y'all, and I don't mean to offend anybody. I'm not a fetish shaming nigga. If you do your shit right. I shut my frown down a couple months ago. Well, sound like the money. A couple, I found out a couple months ago. There's entire groups, damn near small civilizations of people. And again, I'm not fetish shaming, but these motherfuckers dress up and wear diapers. Grown ass motherfuckers. Some near diaper age. So I understand. But it'd be motherfuckers who look like they just did a stint in the army. You know, not gonna lie. Shit tasting like meat. I don't like that. As long as shit start tasting like meat, I don't like it. No diddy. And yeah, I do that shit in the restaurant too. Or what? I think I'm done. So once you get that, I mean, meat taste. Maybe it's just me. I'm sure it's not, but I don't know. When I get that meat taste, shit just tastes like I'm actually biting down on the cow as we speak. I don't like that shit, man. But I want to give some advice to some young men out there. Young man, you may feel misguided. You may feel like the world don't really understand you, and that's because it doesn't. But that's the human part of being a man. What I think people don't really understand is like before we had all this nice shit, you really was either the guy that made it over the mountain with the resources that the whole fucking village loved, or you brought something back, or whatever you had some expertise that the village loved, therefore you got the coochie oochie, right? Or you were a nigga at the crib packing shit up, making sure the village is safe, but in reality you were just loafing. People don't really know about the guys that go out there and forage, bring shit back, actually go conquer, protect their land, stuff like that. They don't have an understanding of what that being is because he's gone all the time. And so, what I've learned, what I've seen in society play out a lot more than what I think I've ever seen, even in my life. It's a lot of men being put in situations in their lives to where that warrior staying home. And the only problem with the warrior staying home is when you're at home, you can't be a warrior. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. And I know that there's relationships that develop this at a later date, but the, the fact is in order for you to be a warrior today, meaning leave your house, do what the fuck you gotta do, and be able to have the respect that when you come home ain't shit gonna go down, you gotta already prove yourself financially. And here's where I 100% understand both sentiments. The girls just want to make sure that they're choosing the right partner. However, the guys internalize that as value and worth. And what happens is, if someone can't meet that demand and the worth's attached to it, now all the shit that you do good don't even matter because now you feel like you don't do money good. And it's sad because again, like I mentioned before, I worked in finances. It's sad because that's not even how finance works. Sad. If you are looking for a person who, like the average person is, coming from nothing, coming from nowhere, coming from a baseline of zero of experience and financial progression, your expectation is already placed on a flawed like setup. So if you're coming from a place where you have financial know-how, chances are that person is literally going to link with someone who also has financial know-how because it's just one of those directional things. It's not even a I went looking thing. And so that's kind of where what I'm realizing is like who needs Planned Parenthood, who needs government cheese, who needs, Uncle Sam giving, tax cuts to, whatever. Who needs all of that when you got people basically breaking families up over feeling like this guy may not be able to pay bills because he's not already where he wants to be. It's honestly, quite honestly, it's probably one of the most maniacal ways that I've seen to control the population. And I gotta give full props. I gotta give full props, bro, because that's an autopilot system, and it's ran off of people's fear of being taken advantage of. And so, Tyler Perry, no offense, but you a bitch, and it's only because again, perpetuation of an image creates these crazy motherfuckers we got walking around here that hasn't had any crazy shit ever happen to them. Like that's how we get that. We don't get that from women just making up lies. We get that from images. We get that from women who have went through shit and having to relive that shit in film. That's where we get that from. So what do we do about it? We just keep painting over the shit. Just keep adding on to it. Just keep going, keep going, and hoping that it solves itself. Meanwhile, our daughters are growing up fearing men more and more every single day, and it's by far the reality. It's the saddest shit in the world. Coming from the late '90s, I'm a '96 baby, to now, kids are not the same as kids back when we were younger. It's a sense of awareness that they shouldn't have that creates fear that I see. Like when we weren't aware, bro. I'm gonna be very clear with you, bro. The shit that kind of fucked me up is like I was never really aware of certain culture outside of what I grew up in. Small southern upbringing. A lot of the shit that we got going on today ain't it. And so yeah, it's just the world, man. I think the worst thing that you could ever do though is turn your back on the world. As a man, you owe it to yourself to see what it is that life brings to you, even when it doesn't bring you something that you enjoy. You owe it to yourself. One thing I also see with a lot of our young men today is that their ambition is being crushed before they can do the willpower research to find what it is they actually want because they're being rushed. Everyone wants to be the one kid who got it early because whatever circumstances he had going on, but people don't want to look at it that way. They want to look at it as I'm less than because he's more than. And the fucked up part of all of this is that when you finally kind of get your mind around money, you see what money's doing to people. Like you see the true effect of money. You see that money was really built to attack people's mental. Because when you really break it down, when you really understand how money is circulating and how financial institutions with fiat currency and fractal banking, how they're basically duplicating money in real time simultaneously, basically showing you in your face that it's not real. You get a chance to see how real it is in people's real lives, and it's both is correct. Don't get me wrong. That's what I mean by like having a real understanding of power of money. Because on the first level, yeah, everything that these people are experiencing regarding money is real. But on a higher level, the same thing applies. It's it's like there's a human part to money that people don't really understand. Everyone has this threshold, right, that we aren't in control of. It's literally like the thing that either activates or deactivates your lizard brain. It's your minimal need being met. So at some point, you're making two, three, $4,000 a day. You start off making only 20, 40, 60, 80, 200. But you keep going. That the most emotional roller coaster you're going to experience is probably going to be anywhere from the beginning up until making around 800, 600 to $1,000 a day. And once you pass that, your mind kind of it does this void of it's not real. It's not something we can control. It's your brain knowing that your basic needs have been met. And because of that, now it somewhat frees your mental up because you can allow yourself to actually. So it's like, do we think we're in control? We're not. Not only are we not, the powers that be know that we don't know that we're not. And so I can't put it any better than that, man. Um, it's right now. It's easier than ever if you wanted to make money, but it's harder than ever to trust yourself to make money. Anyone want to know why that is? I'll tell you exactly why. It's because instead of the market being rigged, people are. All right, you'd be surprised just how being slightly genuine, how far that takes you in alignment with other people. People treat me like sometimes when I'm having those moments with them, people treat me like I'm this really good guy, and all I am is being honest with them. It's free. It's free for me to not try to connive or rob or you know what I mean? It's free. So it's kind of weird. It's like to see the world today. The average person is some weird out guy that thinks about everything. And one thing I hate in particular though, bro. And let's talk about this shit. One thing I hate in particular with you niggas is when y'all get them bad hoes, bro. Why do you think every nigga that come near this bitch want this bitch? My nigga, hear me out. Hear me out, bro. Nigga, she came here with you. Trust the nigga. Trust me, nigga. She can leave here with you too. Niggas is not on that, bro. Niggas is not on that, bro. And I don't know if you on some funny bunny shit, if she on some funny bunny, if y'all argued in the car, you never fucking know. But stop kidding yourself, bro. Niggas don't want you, bitch. Bro. We don't. We don't. The average nigga, if he can avoid some ex drama and shit, he would. Speaking of ex drama though, so like I did want to tell y'all niggas before I got off this bitch tonight though. I'm trying not to smoke on stream and shit. But but yeah, so I got a y'all ever had a person in your life that you didn't know you were making excuses for until you had to one day just sit down and really look at their behavior? I got a person like that. Well, I knew a person like that, and at some point, what people say and what they do has to weigh two separate ways. When we're younger, conversations, sure. When we're older, we get a choice. And when we get a choice, you have to watch what choices people make. Because once those choices start not lining up with what they're saying, you can line yourself up to start being gaslit into an oblivion of you questioning your own existence, somewhat pulling you down into a loophole of, is this real or am I tweaking? When you've never been that type of person. So I say all that to say, man, be aware of who you got in your mind. Be aware of who you letting create what you think, even when you think you ain't letting create what you think. All right? I love y'all, man. It's been a great talk. We're going to try to do this every single day. You know what I mean? Shit, if my following, if there's more people that you guys bring, if there's more people, sure. If not, I don't care. I just, at this point, this is for any young kid that needs somebody to tell them what it is. And any conversations, any questions, any relationship issues you have, bring them up. I'll tell you what a real nigga think about them. But yo, I want to say, man, shout out to all y'all. I love every last one of y'all. And this is a rage game, nigga. Let's get it.